William said, "Waste is not waste until we waste it." So there is something left in the waste, and if we fail to find it, it becomes waste. Assalamu alaikum. This is Sakul Hassan, and these are my teammates Ifran Kamal and Fuad Rahman. Waste means unnecessary materials or unnecessary steps or action that do not add value to the customer. There are several types of waste. Under lean manufacturing system, waste are categorized in seven types. These are overproduction, inventory, motion, defects, extra processing, waiting, and transportation. These are commonly known as downtime. According to Mahajan, every year around the world, 1.3 billion tons of waste are being collected, which may increase into 2.2 billion in future. To reduce this, the waste, many organizations are now focusing on the waste management system. There are several methods and techniques of waste management. Today, we are going to highlight few of them. Let's start with the inventory management. Inventory management is the process of ordering materials, storing, using, and selling it. Depending on the organization structure and operation, firm use various types of inventory management system. Some of these are methods are just in time, which is known as JIT, material requirement planning, MRP, economic order quantity. Just in time method helps to save money and time and reduce waste by allowing company to keep the only inventory they need in production and sell the products. Thus, they do not have to pay much storage cost, and unwanted inventory also get reduced. Material requirement planning (MRP) determines the material and parts required to make a certain product. It consists of three main steps. First, listing the materials and components already present, deciding which are more required, and planning for the manufacture or acquisition. Economic order quantity is used to determine the number of inventory units a company should add to its inventory to reduce the total cost of each batch. Warehouse management system also reduce the uh, labor cost and unnecessary storage cost. Automated warehouse as study shows that automated management system reduce the effort of becoming more efficient production process modification. An organization can minimize the waste through bringing change in production process by bringing change in material that are used to finish the product, or being more efficient in the terms of input materials helps the firm to reduce the waste. There are three ways to reduce product waste. First is these are improved operating maintenance procedures, material changes, and process equipment modification. Production process modification techniques may require extensive new process equipment. New or updated equipment can use more materials, more use process materials more efficiently, creating less waste. Then comes to volume reduction. It is the technique of moving hazardous portion of waste from non-hazardous parts. It reduces the waste volume, and so that the cost of disposing of waste material decreases. There are two types to reduce this unique. First one is source segregation and waste concentration. By segregating sources, companies can recycle more materials and keep them out of landfill. As a result, the firm have a less total environment effect. A waste streams construction can make it more likely to the item to be can be recycled and utilized again. This method includes several techniques: reserve osmosis, ultra filtration, gravity, and vacuum filtration are some of them. Through volume reduction system, the solid waste of a farm may reduce in a large amount. Recovery and reuses. Waste recovery is the process of whose main primary output is waste serving a useful purpose by replacing all those material which may have been utilized to fulfill a particular function. Reuse means using the same material again for the purpose which they are intended. This method might lower the cost of raw materials, eliminate the trash disposal cost, and generate revenue from waste and that can be sold. Wastage can be recovered in both ways. These are on-site and off-site recovery facilities. On-site recovery means using the waste that one of one's own farm, and off-site refers taking waste from another similar farm or industry. Using reusable item in the workplace instead of one-time item reduce the waste. For example, using ceramic glasses instead of plastic items, which can be used several times, it reduces the plastic wastes. These are the some methods used by the organization to reduce waste. By using these techniques, firms are becoming more greener and reducing extra cost of materials and save wastage. That's all from my side. I would like to give the floor to Fuad Rahman.
Now let's know about the differences between ISO 9000 and TQM. As you can see in the slide, there are some points displayed which all will be covered. So internally, TQM focuses on management commitment, employee training and education, and meeting customers' exact needs. Externally, it focuses on meeting customer needs exactly, and its goal is to keep improving every part of an organization's culture. ISO 9000 registration, on the other hand, focuses on making sure that a product or service is made the same way every time, to give buyers a way to know that the certain practices are in line with the provider's stated quality systems on a consistent basis. TQM takes into account the needs and satisfaction of customers as a part of their plan to gain competitive edge. Registration with ISO 9000 doesn't say what needs to be fixed to make a company more competitive. ISO 9000 and TQM are two different ways of doing things. ISO 9000 is more about how line workers do their jobs, while TQM is more about how top management does their jobs. Clearly, TQM is more focused on the people involved, while ISO 9000 is more focused on having clear rules for a quality system. So neither the top management and any of the lower level employees are involved. When an organization gets ISO 9000 certification, people tend to think that they have learned how to do quality work, and organization uses it as a marketing tool. TQM, on the other hand, is the exact opposite way of doing these things. It must be run by the management and involve everyone in the business. ISO 9000 is a quality management system that doesn't use any improvement tools. On the other hand, TQM uses tools like data collection form, affinity diagram, flowchart, cause and effect diagram, etc. If we look at ISO 9000 as a quality system and by extension as a way to ensure quality, we could say that TQM goes beyond ISO 9000. In quality assurance, steps are taken like development and planning a quality system, making comprehensive quality manuals, doing a failure mode and effect analysis, etc. On the other hand, TQM has steps like developing policies involving all operations, suppliers and customers, managing process, working as a team, and getting employees involved. TQM can be done by both organization and individuals, while ISO can only be done by the organization. For small and medium-sized industries, they can't afford ISO 9000 because it is very expensive, as it is dependent heavily on documentation of internal operating procedures. It takes a long time to finish. TQM, on the other hand, does not require documentations. Also, the way TQM is usually put in place depends on a lot of leadership of a champion. When the champion leaves, the TQM program goes away too. ISO 9000, which needs to be checked regularly by someone from the outside. ISO 9000 has a limited scope because it doesn't talk about making sure products are the same, while TQM covers everything about production, including price, delivery, and safety. In TQM, there is no third party. On the other hand, in ISO 9000, the control by standardization and documentation, which are set and evaluated by a third party. TQM helps manage business in a more realistic way. ISO 9000 does not require data to be analyzed, while TQM only requires data to be collected if it will be analyzed and used to improve quality. ISO 9000 could force companies to control the products they get from suppliers, while TQM encourages getting rid of controls and building a relationship of trust with suppliers. ISO 9000 could force companies to control their intermediate and finished products too much. Statistical tools are used, which is the requirement of ISO 9000, but a company can get certified without using any statistical tools. In TQM, on the other hand, statistical and non-statistical improvement tools should be used as needed. Thank you. That's all from me.
Now I will talk about the positive relation between ISO 9000 and TQM. Regarding these issues, there are many research have been done by the expert, and among those information, some relevant information are included here. And now, the first point I want to add that ISO 9000 is an initiating point toward TQM. Moreover, the ISO 9000 series of quality system management standard have been explained by many researchers as a stepping stone for corporations en route to TQM. Then most companies that are benefited from TQM began their operations with ISO 9000 and put an emphasis on external and internal metric. For example, customer satisfaction as an external metric and efficiency as an internal metric. And lastly, the ISO 9000 includes better business control and higher sales, more specifically lower expenses, increased productivity, and lower customer complaint. That's all from our side. Thank you for hearing us.